Momi Ankoshe, what happened today? President is signing.
Cabinet colleagues have just appended my signature to give assent to the 24-hour authority bill. This is a bill Ghanaians have been working for. It was one of our flagship strategies for economic transformation. It's taking a while, but we needed to go patiently through the process to give legal effect to it. And so from now, we must move from strategy to implementation. The business sector is waiting. Ghanaian investors are waiting. Foreign investors are waiting. They want to see the package of incentives that we afford them so that they can invest more and expand productivity and also create more employment for our young people. And so it's my pleasure to assent to this bill today. Thank you. And let me congratulate the team that has been working on it. Our comrade Guzitando and his team. We're very grateful. Thank you very much.
It's very interesting. Slowly, the John Mahama administration, upon all the problems that they are faced with or they are trying to solve, they are still rolling out their flagship policies. And it takes a government that is focused. It takes a government that is ready to make sure, say, so I saw me create Jumama youth now obey. Uncle Bibeka say, oh, the president and the team and Abana still are able to make sure Joma promising Ghana for some obey. They are still in the line, they are still focused, they are still trying to make it happen. It is because it came to inherit Nyoma Edding, but it's one of government and complaining. All that it does, and they say it finds solutions to problems. Majority of Ghanaians say Abaimbiampo end to me and solve it. And I know there are a lot of young people in Ghana. There are a lot of middle class people in Ghana. And I've seen videos on social media about Mr. President, we want prosecution. We want prosecution. Why has prosecution delayed? Memetie, I support every single person who is out there a little bit angry and saying, we want prosecution. Because you say NDC, when it comes to the economy, you have performed better. You are excellent. When it comes to employment, we are seeing how young people today are getting comfortable. People are being employed. When it comes to building this nation, the construction we are seeing around the nation, everywhere is a construction site. We are seeing roads being built in Sawem. We are seeing new buildings coming up. When it comes to the fight against corruption, we can see one of the best governments, fighting corruption. And it is even hard for anyone to even talk about corruption in this government. When it comes to government discipline, fiscal discipline, when it comes to inflation, maybe I buy with for free, maybe or the other do about $17, 18 under MPP, and we are lingering around 10, 11. We are talking about interest rate, single digit, inflation, single digit. Ghanaians are seeing governance, but you see, Ghanaians feel say there's one thing, the icing on the cake. The icing on the cake is what they are waiting for. And the icing on the cake, and they say, we know for a fact to say people have stolen from us. We don't need to have a PhD in law to know, say, the 8 years Bawumiabe Lidi Ghana, Oniye Kufuor, no, we saw people deliberately stealing from us. The ordinary person, we saw it. The way people abused their office. How people flashed opulence in our faces. How people disrespected the rule of law. We saw it. And so people, majority of people, are side with them. And I am with them when they are on social media. They are on TikTok. They are on Facebook. They are screaming, Mr. President, when it comes to the job, when it comes to delivery, we know you have done it. We have no problem. But we want you to serve a strong signal to people who even in your government and in the future government said they want to even steal from us. So we want prosecution. And I agree. And I agree with that because prosecution was one of the main reasons Ghana for Bibrika said, We believe in John Mahama. We know what he can do. We know his track record. He's a good president. He's a good man. When he's focused on something, he does it. But we know he can do one more thing. And we all, NPP. So majority of the people were like, we want you to prosecute these NPP people. We all know stole from us. Now, the question here is, as much as this government, technically, when it comes to governance, they have scored about 90%. The 10% prosecution, which I am not happy about, which you are also not happy about. The question here is, upon all the things that is going on, our government will deliver. No. One thing I can tell you as a young Ghanaian and say, you can never consider the NPP. The NPP can never be the alternative, because the alternative is what we are trying to prosecute. The NPP, it does not matter how angry you are as a Ghanaian, because prosecution, the way it's supposed to go, no, is not going that way. You are right to be angry. You are right to question the government. But the last thing any Ghanaian will think of is to even consider the NPP as an alternative. Because what you are angry about today that we have to take care of is the alternative. So that alternative that you are angry at, that alternative that is the NPP, you know is dangerous. That you are angry that these dangerous creatures, we are still allowing them to be going up and down. We have not, with all due respect, we have not taken care of them. No, that alternative cannot be your alternative. It is like, you know, in say a draw way minuma mewu. Now in sukomi dim so much in tea or some nume draw way. No, because ukuta poison wo winsem. Now in sukomi de what desert so saying. That's a area ball saying what dehydrated saying. Vision is bled. You are done. But you don't know the next second. Maybe the one step you will take, you know, your foot might land in water. Maybe the next step you take, you know, a bottled water. So the poison you have in your hand, you know, say, it does not matter. Then it is better you die holding the poison than to drink that poison and die. So the NPP, they are never an alternative, because we as a people, the alternative is what we want to bury. So if you're angry today, I understand you. And I really understand majority of the young people, Ghanaians, Obama, NPP say, NDC say, we are angry. We want to see prosecution. We want it to happen. And when I am also like you. I'm also angry about it. But the question here is, why would anybody in Ghana even think of, say, Ubuofua to the point in NPP is an option? The NPP is a killing machine. We can get angry with Jesus, we can get angry with God, but nobody wants to be affiliated with the devil. As Christians, as Muslims, as whatever believers, sometimes we get angry with our own God who created us because of the things we go through. But there's one thing nobody wants to be. Nobody wants to be associated with the devil. And that is where we find ourselves now. So you being angry with God today or being angry with your creator today does not mean you do not want to still be aligned with your creator. You can be angry about what is happening today because the pace at which you want prosecution to happen, no, it is not happening. But the other things that you want to but there's one thing you want God to give you. You want God to give you twins. For you being angry with God not giving you twins does not mean say no. The alternative is what we want to destroy. The alternative is what we want to penalize. The alternative is what we want to stop, and the alternative is the NPP. So it does not matter how angry you are with this current administration when it comes to prosecution, because most of the people are about prosecution, about Abain also or Chinko Fogumno. They are not angry with the government when it comes to the performance of the government. We need to distinguish the two. because prosecution in Barcelona, they are not angry with the government when it comes to the performance of the government. No. They are angry with the government because they want an icing on the cake, and that icing is to stop the alternative, that is the NPP that we want to finish. I will not defend anybody we all know has to face prosecution. All that I'm telling you is you can be mad, you can be angry, you can tell the president your mind, the government your mind. When it comes to prosecution, you can. And I know majority of you people who are angry with the government because of prosecution today will still choose the NDC over any party in Ghana when it comes to the governance of this nation, when it comes to the economy, when it comes to employment, when it comes to develop infrastructure, when it comes to building a nation. 99% of you people who are angry, you will choose the NDC over any party. But you see, you should never make a mistake. The NPP is a killing machine. The NPP is a demonic group of people. They just want power now. And the moment they get power, what they will do to us as a nation, you will never forget. These are people who are all over the place defending Kotoka, who murdered another general officer. These are the group of people we are talking about. This is a group of people. They can kill a military officer, laugh about it, and just think it is normal. This is a group of people. They are telling us Kwame Nkrumah was supposed to be killed. They say this freely on TV. These are a group of people. Election day, they are able to go out there and spray Ghanaians with live bullets, kill Ghanaians, and still brag about it. This is what they did. And they have never been sorry about this. They have never been sorry once about this. And today they are even in opposition. This dangerous group of people are telling us, oh, they should have killed Kwame Nkrumah. They hail Kotoka. Kotoka, who murdered another general in front of his wife and his kids. Kotoka today is hailed by these same people. Right now, the NPP are heads. They feel that we are their enemies. They want to come in and finish us. They are angry because we have taken our country from traitors. These are a group of people. Somebody like JB Dankwa, na oye Juma Emma, a foreign security agency, na Odanwoye Omo flag bearer. They say he's one of their finest gentlemen. That's the kind of people we are talking about. JB Dankwa was a treasonous character. He was a snitch. In any country, North Korea, they will hang him, cut his head off, and put it in a trash bin. JB Dankwa. He was their flag bearer and at the same time snitching on Ghana. So these are people, no matter how angry you are, and I understand your anger. I totally understand. I totally understand. You and I, we all were eager, and we are still eager, and we still insist that prosecution should be quicker. We should see people being prosecuted. But that does not, we shouldn't allow, we should never ever think of looking at the NPP as an alternative. Because the reason why we are angry today is because of the alternative. Because until that alternative is slaughtered, that alternative is destroyed, we will not rest. And that is what we need to believe in. And I know about 90% of the people who are frustrated now on social media, on YouTube, speaking on these things, they will every day choose NDC governance over NPP.